Hello again. We are continuing to work through this story of Zechariah and Elizabeth that we find in Luke chapter 1, verses 5 through 25. So if you're just joining in today, we're kind of jumping into the middle of the story. And my question for us is this, is if we've been praying for something for a long time and God finally answers it, how many of us struggle with the fact that he answers it in his own way, and there might be some things that came with the answer that we weren't expecting? Well, that's this question that we're going to really wrestle with today in looking at the story of Zechariah and Elizabeth in Luke chapter 1. And I'm going to just jump into the middle of the story to focus on the part where the angel shows up to Zechariah while he's going about his duty as a priest and says this to him. The angel says to Zechariah, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah," for Zechariah was afraid at the sight of the angel. "Do not be afraid, your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you are to call him John. He will be a joy and a delight to you, and many will rejoice because of his birth. He will be great in the sight of the Lord. He is never to take wine or other fermented drink, and he will be filled with the Holy Spirit even before he is born. He will bring back many of the people of Israel to the Lord their God. And he will go on before the Lord in the spirit and power of Elijah to turn the hearts of the parents to their children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord." Now, embedded in this announcement from the angel is this, that Zechariah and Elizabeth's prayer has been heard. But did you notice what comes next? The angel is telling them what to name their son. Can you imagine? How many of you would take well to someone telling you else what you would name your first and perhaps only son? And then also these other things. They're telling him already what kind of child he must be. He's not going to ever get to drink wine or other fermented drink. How would any of us take these instructions from an angel, a messenger of God, for something that we have longed for so long? The lesson, I think, for all of us is this, is that God answers our prayers in his way. We know that, don't we? But when God comes and brings us that good news, he will do it in a way that we often do not expect. And there are conditions that sometimes come with that. And if we'll trust him to be the God who loves us with an everlasting love, and the one who was to give his one and only son so that we might have everlasting life, will we trust him with what he tells us to do as he answers our prayers? God bless you this day as you listen to God and hear his voice, and may we all have the courage to obey what he says to us.